All right, look. This is Invest Now America. I'm your host. I had to comment on this. I have to talk about this. Most of you have probably heard that Dylan Mulvaney has just received a contract from Nike, one of the largest and most successful sports gear companies in the world. I mean, it's global. Publicly listed, it's global. And as a matter of fact, many of you probably know that I've helped young people get involved in the stock market. But I mean young people, 17 and under. And I swear to you, half of them said, "Hey, coach, I want to buy some Nike stock." Well, this Brian, what's his name? Not Brian, but Dylan Mulvaney. He's a man who claims he's a woman. He's a man, a biological man who identifies as a woman. He's very popular in TikTok. They refer to him as a TikTok influencer. And what he does, he claims that he's a man, he's transitioning to being a woman. And he's been quite successful at this. I mean, my understanding is he had hundreds of thousands of followers. And he's even been able to interview the President of the United States, President Joe Biden. The guy has no journalistic background that I know of. And he has no education in journalism, political science, law. But he was able to interview the president. This guy was in women's clothing, claiming he was so many days as a woman, transitioning to be a woman. And the President of the United States, Joe Biden, said, "Oh, congratulations." I mean, what if I had stood there and I was interviewing President Joe Biden and said, "Oh, I'm 100 days into being Denzel Washington's love child. I'm his son. I've always been his son." And Joe Biden would be like, "Oh, congratulations," as opposed to Joe Biden saying, "You know what? I've met Denzel Washington. As far as I know, he's only got one son, and I've never known anything about you, and I don't think you're his son." But anyway, I don't want to get off too much into that. How people embrace other people's delusions. You shouldn't do that. But that's not what we're talking about here. Brian, so what's his name? Dylan Mulvaney. Wow. He gets his contract with Nike. He's a man who thinks he's a woman. He's a man who claims he's a woman. And he's promoting Nike sports bras. I want to know what some of you women think. No, I take that back. I want to know what all you women think. If you're supportive of that, non-supportive of that, you agree with that, you disagree with that. I want to know what any woman has to say about that situation. Good, positive, up, down, left, right. Please, let me hear from you. Because I just want to know. I just want to hear from women what they think. And I want to try to understand what you're saying, whether you're supportive, non-supportive, agree, disagree. Because, I think that's what's more important, to hear what women have to say about that. Please. I also have a website, Invest Now America, investnowamerica.com or investnowamerica.org. And so some people are asking, "Well, dude, why are you asking about, bringing up this social issue in your financial thing?" Well, what companies do, I think, is important. And I find it really fascinating that Nike would do this. I mean, it's like, I just don't get the reasoning behind it at all. I don't see how that really helps the company brand, or how it helps increase sales, or anything like that. Now, as an entrepreneur, as a supporter of free market capitalism, hey, if that's what Nike wants to do, have at it. Have at it. You go, boy. But as an entrepreneur and an advocate of free market capitalism, I have to ask, Nike, why'd you do that? What's your reasoning behind that? How does that help your company's bottom line? How does that uplift, your shareholders. Are you serving your shareholders in doing that? Are you really? Are you really helping your shareholders with that? Again, like I say, I have students of mine who've bought Nike shares. They have, they're shareholders in the Nike company. And I really don't see how what you're doing with this Dylan Mulvaney is helping them. I really don't. If I was a Nike shareholder, let's say this. I was a Nike shareholder. I'm just putting this out as an example. And then I hear, hey, Nike, hey, there was this natural disaster in, let's say, Mississippi. Lots of flooding in Mississippi. People lost their homes in Mississippi. It's a horrible situation. And the Nike company steps up and they help out, let's say, a high school and a middle school in Mississippi. They say, look, guys, you ain't got to worry about shoes, sports gear, equipment. We got you covered. That's one less worry you have. As a shareholder, I would be proud. I'd be like, yeah, you do it, Nike. I like that. And I think that to me as a shareholder, that adds value to me. I mean, I would buy more. As a shareholder, I'd buy more shares in Nike. And I would encourage other people. I would encourage other people to buy shares in Nike. Because, I mean, that's positive. That's uplifting. I think that adds value. I think that helps the company. I like that. I'm with that. But people, and I mean this when I start laughing, I don't get it with that Dylan Mulvaney tip. I don't get that. How a man who just claims he's a woman and identifies as a woman is promoting women's gear, women's sports bras. He's not a woman. Guys, this is crazy. I don't see what you're doing, Nike. I'm getting a little concerned about you. So, but again, though, I want to hear what a woman's got to say. All women. I want to hear from all of you sisters. All you real women. All you biological women. Not the fake ones. Not the ones committing fraud. I mean all you women. I want to hear what you got to say. And I really, as a person, again, who's an entrepreneur, I'm crazy advocate for free market capitalism. I think more of us need to sort of say, well, what's this wokeness all about? Is this something that we really should do as entrepreneurs and as free market capitalists? Is that something we should really do? Does that really help the company brand and the company bottom line? Don't we have a responsibility to do things that's going to benefit, directly, measurably benefit the shareholder? Maybe that's the second set of questions we need to deal with. But anyway, let me hear from you. This is Invest Now America, the Invest Now America podcast. I'm your host. Please go to my Facebook page, Invest Now America. Follow, like, and share your ideas, share your thoughts.